All right, guys, we're back. We're back. And we're ready to get cracking. Ready to get going. Everybody ready? Is everyone ready?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Ready again. Hoping to get some lunch and get eat something to drink. All right. All right, let's kick it off then, no? Hold on, wait. 5 person missing, you know. All right, them soon come still, so we'll see. All right. Okay, good. So we're gonna move a little faster, just a little faster, because I would love to complete this paper today. So if you see we go over 4 o'clock, don't complain. Yeah? Because you all make me teach like this enough. You always make me teach in depth. Because I have to make sense and understand, you know. Alright, so let us pick up from where we left off. So we're gonna go back to the front of the paper. Alright, so the 2 from the front, 2 from the back. So basically we're going to meet right in the middle somewhere there about. Alright, so we're gonna go back all the way up here to question 3. All right. Lovely. Question 3. Oh yeah, we can't do that. We're not no instrument. Can't leave out that. Yeah, this part be here. All right, let's go. So the diagram below shows 2 quadrilaterals, R and S, where S is the image of R and under a transformation. So under a transformation. So keywords now. The diagram below shows a quadrilateral, which is a 4-sided figure. All right. R and S is the image of R. So therefore, we can safely say that R is the object because them say here S is the image. So S is the image. All right. And we are told that what transformed it is R. So then, no, sorry. It says under a transformation. Also, we don't know what type of transformation it is. All right, cool. Let's look at it. All right, when you look at that, guys, what comes to mind? Like if you're in the exam on May the 12th and you're to see something like this, what would come to your mind? Give me a sec, hold on. All right, so what would come to your mind if you saw this and you had to answer it? So R, them say S is the image of R. Oh yeah, S is the image of R. So R is the object. So this shape is the object, and it's the image. So what do you think would have basically caused R to become S? What do you think?
Enlargement.
All right, enlargement. Anybody disagree or everybody agree?
Sir, I agree.
Agree. Antonia says enlargement. Let me see what the chatter say. Antonia say, Antonia say enlargement. Antonia agree as well. Enlargement. All right. Now let's look how much marks it's worth. Oh, no, get to the question. It says describe fully the single transformation. So describe fully the single transformation that maps R onto S. So you think so by just telling them that it is a enlargement is what's going to get you your marks? Let's be honest with ourselves. You think that the mark gives you marks for? You don't think so, right? There's more needed. Not true. So we know that 1, it's an enlargement, but we need 2 other things. Does anybody know what are the 2 things we need? So that's 1 point. Yes. What else do we need?
Scale factor.
Scale factor, very good. So how do we get the scale factor? Is we compare side by side. So to get the scale factor, we're going to write K is equal to image over object. So you take a length on the image and divide it by the corresponding length on the object. So we're going to take this length right here. What's the length of that line right there? The one down at the bottom. What's that length in terms of the squares? How much units? Correct. 6. And we're going to compare it to the one up here. How much is the one up there?
3.
3. So based on the formula then, the scale factor must be image, which is 6, and the object, which is 3. So the scale factor here works out to be what? 2. All right. But there's something else we need. So that's 2 marks gone so far. Two marks gone so far. We need something else.
We need the center of enlargement, sir.
That is very good. We need the COE. So we need the COE. And if you can remember how to find the COE, we are going to take a point on the object and connect it with a point on the image, but they must correspond. So I'm going to watch me now. I'm going to connect this to this. I'll do it neater than that, you know. Zoom up. So we're going to take a corresponding point on the object and match it with a corresponding point on the image. So no, that looks so. No, so it's off. All right, that's a little better. All right, and then we're gonna correspond it now with another one. So I connected. Watch me now. I connected. I could use anyone, you know. I just use this one to correspond with that one, and then I'm gonna just use this one to correspond with that one. So I could use any combination because you're gonna meet the same place anyways. So I'm gonna go ahead now. I'm gonna connect this one here. So that one didn't look good at all. Oh, it's off, bud. No, sir. No, guys. If I had my other screen, it would be better, you know. I had my other screen, I could literally move it, you know. Give me a second, guys. Let me see if we can do it as best as I can. All right. Well, you know, fully accurate, right? It's kind of missing. But see, if I was to straighten it, if your guys are on the graph, right here, so would that be the center of enlargement. All right. So it's not accurate, right? Because you can see I'm missing the points here and here. So I'm missing it here and here. So basically, I'm supposed to connect those two there. So if I were to connect them, I would actually meet right here. What is that position? What is the coordinates of that position there? Read it from the graph. Remember, so this is a center point, you know. So this is your center point right here. So how much units do I have to go across and to go up to get to that position?
Look like 3, 7.
3, 7. Very good. All right.
And sir, you did not say what kind of enlargement.
Oh, yes. Positive magnification. So now we have the two things and we have to write a description. So write this down for me, guys. As the teachers write this down, you know, on paper like that, you know, but if somebody must describe something I can't use and do it like that, description means that you need words. Yeah, man. Antonio correct, Geneva correct, 3-7. All right, so write this down for me, guys. This is how you're going to describe it. So quadrilateral R maps onto quadrilateral S quadrilateral R maps onto quadrilateral S. Quadrilateral R maps onto quadrilateral S. Describes a positive enlargement. Describes a positive enlargement. Describes a positive enlargement of scale factor 2, of scale factor 2, or with scale factor 2, with scale factor 2, about the point, about the point, about the point 37. About the point 37. And that's it. That's where you get the 3 marks. Okay? Lovely. All right, nice. So when you're doing an enlargement, ladies and gentlemen, remember that you state what type of enlargement it is, state the scale factor, and you connect 2 corresponding points, and where they intersect will be the point from which it's been enlarged from. Okay? And that's it. Next question. On the grid on page 12, on the grid on page 12, you're to draw the image of R now. So you have to draw one more image of R now, but you're going to draw it when it's translated by the vector -4, 5. So it's 1 mark, so it's light work. So all you're going to do is go back to R, right? We're going to go back. I'm going to move the screen up to the shape R. And then for each point on R, I'm going to move the point 4 to my left and 5 up. So go back to R. So back to R, I'm going to take each point and move it 4 to the left and 5 up. So watch me now. So from this point down here, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops, can I shape that? Lord have mercy. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you know it's going to be right across from 6 and above -3. Across from 6 and right above -3 right here. So that's going to be that point. Do the same thing here. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's 1 above that. Right here. Hold on, this right? Let me check it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Good. All right. And then we're going to try this one now. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So right on 9. All right. And then the last one now is 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right at 6. And then easily now, we just connect this to this, this to this, this to this, Annalene, this to this, and this to this. I'm done. That's it. Easy, easy question. All right. Highly recommended topic for you to take on. All right. Not seeing any questions in the chat or no complaints. So you guys are good to go. All right. Now it says on the same grid again on page 12, you're to then draw the image of R again. One more image, but this time we're going to draw it when it's rotated about the origin of 180 degrees. So to do that now, all we're going to do, ladies and gentlemen, is, well, I showed my class this yesterday. When you want to know what the matrix is for a rotation of 180 degrees, you're going to go ahead and you're going to say cosine theta minus sine theta, cosine theta. So go on there and you're going to press cosine 90. Sorry, cosine 180 minus sine 180. Sine 180 and cosine 180. This will tell me exactly what happens to the points. So what is cos of 180? Is that 0? No, or is that minus 1? Cos of 180 is minus 1?
Yes,
And
sir.
sine of 180 is 0. Sine of 180 is 0. And cos of 180 is minus 1. So what does this matrix tell me? This matrix tells me that the x values will be negative and the y values will also be negative as well. X will be negative, there will be no y, there will be no x down here, and then the y will be negative as well. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to take all the points that is on R and turn everything negative. So every point that is on R, quickly for me guys, just write it down on your paper right now so I don't have to go up and down the screen. What is the position? What is the coordinates of this one right here? 1, 1? 1, 1? Everybody agree that that position is 1, 1? This
Yes,
position
sir.
right here.
Yes,
1, 1?
sir.
Write it down for
Yes,
me,
sir.
please. 1, 1. How much is this point? What's this position right here?
1, 2.
1, 2. Write down this position here, up top.
4, 4.
4, 4. And what's this last position down here?
4, 1.
Good. Take those points now and turn every one of those points negative, because that's what it means. So go ahead for me now and tell me what were the points again? 1, 1. That is it, right? 1, 1. Then you say 1, 2. What was the third one? 4, 1. And the last one was what? 4, 4. All right. If you're sure, you're sure. We're going to multiply it by negative 1, 0, 0, negative 1. So what that really means is that all the points are just going to become negative. So it's going to become negative 1, negative 1, negative 1, negative 2, negative 4, negative 1, and negative 4, negative 4. All right. So go ahead now and plot those, and you should basically.
Sir,
Yes.
it's 4, 1. It's 4, 4, then 4, 1.
Oh, it's
I don't
4,
know if it
4,
make a
then 4, 1.
difference. Yes.
Oh, no, it won't make a difference.
Okay.
It's best to keep it in order, but it won't make a difference because you're just plotting the points. All right, so go ahead now and plot those. So negative 1, 1. So let me see, we can use a different color here. Negative 1, 1. It's negative 1, negative 1, right? Negative 1, negative 1. Right here. Next one is what? Negative 1, negative 2. Right there. Then we have negative 4, negative 1. Right there. And then the next one is 4, 4. Negative 4, negative 4. Make sure. Negative 4, negative 4. Right down here. All right. And then I'll just basically use my ruler and connect that shape here. Right here. Right there. And right there. Lean. Much better. But you're going to be on the graph, so you're going to be more accurate than I am. You know what? Try it properly. Let me stop here. Much better. Lovely. All right. And that's it. That is how you answer that question. So I think everybody can do that. Once you have an idea of what to do, it should be okay. All right. No questions in the chat yet. So silence is golden. Means that you understand. Okay. So that was question. That was question what, 3? Oh, that was question 3. That was fast. Question 4. So we're going to be looking at some geometry now. Some gradient and some length of line and them something there. All right, so the graph below shows the straight line PQ, which you can obviously see right in front of you. All right, that's all I'm saying. Nothing there, no clue, no nothing. It says find the gradient of PQ. Anybody recall what's the formula for the gradient of a line when you're actually on the graph to make it faster? How much marks is it worth? 1 and a heavy mark and a wood power work. Anybody remember the formula that we use for finding the gradient of a line when we're on the graph, where m is equal to something, something over something, something?
Is it rise over run?
It is absolutely rise over run. So the rise over the run. All right. And how do we get the rise? I think we did this in marathon 3. So the rise now is going to be, come all the way down here, so that's the rise. And then we'll just simply run P. Easiest way to get the answer. So count, go down for me now. How much lines going down? How much boxes going down, starting from Q? All right, I see in the chat, Antonia, Geneva, and Antonia says 10. Anybody? Ms. Gentles, you got 10?
10, sir.
Yes,
10.
sir, I get 10.
I get 10. Gentles get 10. Zahenia get 10 as well. And what is the run now? Hold on. Where's the 10? But we're going down, right? So it's negative 10. Be careful. Careful. You're going down, so it's negative 10. And you're running to the left now. How much you run now? You're here. Run now. Run to the left. 5. And you're running to the left, so it's negative 5. So it's negative 5. So therefore, your gradient is simply going to be positive 2. Easy. Positive 2. Correct, Shantana. Correct, positive 2. All right, and that's it. So you see that y2 minus y1 x2 over x1. I normally just use that when they give me the points. So they might give you the points. You just use that formula. So you use the formula m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. If they were to say p equal whatever. So let's say they give you p equal, in this case, they would have given you p is equal to negative 2 down negative 3. All right, and you go back on the graph now, you read off Q looks like 3, 7. Q looks like 3, 7. All right. I don't teach for one group of students. I teach for everybody. Everybody have a different way to learn. So I can't just do it one way and just leave it like that. I have to do it both ways. So x1, y1, x2, y2. So if you want to use the formula now, and you know how to read off numbers off graph, then y2 would be 7 minus y1 would be negative 3 over x2 would be 3 minus x1 would be negative 2. So you end up with 10 over 5, which works out nicely to be 2. So pick your poison, anyone you prefer. I want to move very fast. I don't think I want to do all that work, read off numbers off graph, read off wrong mistake and lose my 1 mark. No, sir. Rise over run. I'm gone about my business. Moving right along. Now we've seen this before. We're to write down the equation of the line through PQ. Let me check in the chat if anybody is here. Okay. All right, so write down the equation of the line through PQ in the form y equal mx plus c. Now in this equation, ladies and gentlemen, let's recall a few things. Y equals mx plus c. What does c represent? Anybody remembers?
The coefficient.
Pardon me? The coefficient. Think again. Y-intercept, that is correct, Geneva. The c represents the y-intercept. What's the definition of y-intercept? The definition of y-intercept is basically where the line crosses the y-axis. So go back up to your graph now and look at the number where it crosses the y-axis. Which number does it cross the y-axis? It crosses it at 1, correct? So the line crosses this axis right here, which is the y-axis, at 1. That's where it crosses it, so that is your C value. And from this y equal mx plus c, what does the m represent?
Gradient.
That is correct, Mr. Cohen. Gradient. And we just calculate the gradient to be what? 2, see there? That's the same line, you know? So therefore, our answer for 1 mark is just going to be y. It's going to simply be y equal 2x plus 1. And that's it. Done. No working out required. You don't need to find y and x because y and x are independent and dependent values. Y and x is just a point on the line, right? So that is it right there. Lovely. 1 point there. All right, and let us go down to, I think maybe this topic is my student's favorite topic. Where's Jadia? This is her topic. She loves this one. Jadia? Jadia? Oh, she's not back online as yet? She's probably soon come. Oh, she's not here. All right, so she's soon come. But all of our students love this topic. So we have two functions, f and g, are defined as f of x is equal to x squared minus 1, and g of x is 3x plus 2. We have to work out g of negative 6. So this is what we call an input-output function. We take minus 6 and put it right here and work it out. We're going to end up with 3 times minus 6 plus 2 minus 18 plus 2, which is minus 16. Easy like a 1 mark. Chop out this up. Right? No, Jenny, if you make a mistake, you write 3x minus 6 plus 2. Something off. It's supposed to be 3 times negative 6. Or multiply. Okay, yeah, you're right then. It's multiply. Okay. All right, and you're seeing the word inverse. This symbol means inverse. What are the steps for inverse? We should let y equal the function. Find the inverse of g, so we should let y equal 3x plus 2. Step 2. So step 1 is going to be let y equal function. Step 2 is to interchange x with y. So we're going to end up with x equals 3x plus 2. And then now we're going to third step now is to isolate y. So that means you need to get y by itself. So isolate y. Those are the steps. Write them down, people, if you're getting these for the first time. So we're gonna end up with, oh, thank you. Thank you, Antonia. It's supposed to be x equals 3y. Thank you very much, Antonia. All right, so we end up with making y the subject. We're going to bring over the 2. So we're going to get x minus 2, bring this over here. And that's equal to 3y. And then x minus 2 all over 3 will give us y. Now, the moment you find y, you found the inverse. You can't just say y is equal to them because they never say you must find y. Them say you must find g inverse. But we know that when we find y, inverse to find. So therefore, you're going to draw a conclusion by saying g inverse x is therefore then equal to x minus 2 over 3. All right? So for those of you who are thinking that they're going to give you some massive function to find the inverse of, no, you're not going to get anything too crazy, right? Nothing where you can't manage. Just see what you're doing. It's not calculus. So I know this is your level and it's the highest level of math that you know, but trust me, there are far, far more difficult questions that I've seen in the past than this one. So you guys are going to be A-okay. All right, and then the last one for question 4, we have 3 open. Okay, so it says that we should show that this thing here. Anybody knows the C word for that type of function? What's the C word for that function? Oh, no, don't know the C word? Combine, try again. Or other word, correct Geneva, composite function. So when you see something like f gx, it means that the function g is inside of the function f. So what we should do here now is that we should take the function g, which we already know right here is 3x plus 2, and we're going to put it inside of the function f, which is x squared minus 1. So we're going to take, watch me now, we have x squared minus 1 here, and we have 3x plus 2. And that's separate functions, right? So basically what we're going to do is that we're going to take this function and put it right here. So, all right, so we're going to end up what now? With 3x plus 2 all squared minus 1. We're going to end up with 3x plus 2 all squared minus 1. Now remember, the objective is to try to simplify this to the point where it looks like that. So ready now? Let's break it down. Oh, by the way, no, right. So look at this now. So we have 3x plus 2 all squared minus 1. Now, anybody knows what this expression is called? Start with D. And it's you usually find it in
Difference
algebra.
of 2 squares.
Correct, sir. It is called a difference of 2 squares. Sir, how you know that? Because the 3x plus 2 is squared, and I can actually rewrite this. to make it look like this. 1 squared. Now, what is the rule? What is the rule whenever we have 2 terms that are perfectly squared? What's the rule for difference of 2 squares? How do we factorize a difference of 2 squares? Plus and minus. But you have to say, okay, all right. We get what you're trying to say. You're going to open 2 brackets. And as Geneva says, put a plus in one and a what? Minus in the other. Not true? You see where them choose to test you in a factorization? In factorization, them left off the something completely and then put the something here in a function. Stop wicked people them. How you expect the students to know this? Because you're taught by Mr. Pierre. That's how they're going to know. So 3x plus 2 in one bracket. 3x plus 2 in the other bracket. And then we have plus 1 over here and minus 1 over here. All right? So that's basically what we have. Now, when I break this down now, guys, the 2 and the 1 can add. So we're going to end up with what? 3x. So we're going to end up with 3x plus 3 in one bracket. And we're going to end up here, so with 3x minus 1 in the other bracket. Because why? 2 plus 1 is 3, and 2 minus 1 is 1. But look at the first bracket now. The first bracket look like it has something repeating. What is repeating? Correct again. So 3 open bracket. We'll remove the 3 from the 3x. What is left? X and 3 into 3 goes 1 time, close the bracket, open up the bracket, 3x minus 1. So look up top now and see if another that you have. 3 open bracket, it doesn't matter where the 2 brackets are. It won't matter. So as long as you get that exact answer, we get where we get plus 1 from. It's supposed to be plus 1 in the middle.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. 2 minus 1 and plus 1. Right. Yeah, 2 minus 1 is not negative 1, it's plus 1. All right, and that is it. So that is how you break it down and simplify to that. So this is a nice question, because in factorization, we never get no difference of 2 squares. But we got the difference of 2 squares hide with a different topic that we don't expect. So watch out for CSEC when them do stuff like this here. All right? Fantastic. No questions in the comments or in the chat? Question? No? Okay.
Sir, I'm seeing x plus 1 in the at the top, and as you have 3x plus 1. Oh, I think I see it now.
Okay. All right, you good?
Yes.
Lovely. All right, now. And here them say now, them say hence. So a word way, we don't never learn all these years, not learn maths and understand the importance of this word now. What does hence mean? We talked about it yesterday. We talked about it last marathon. What does hence mean?
Therefore.
Kind of flat. Give me something more than that. It means therefore, but there's something that I always tell you.
Otherwise.
No. Otherwise, it's completely the opposite. Result. Yeah, using the previous result. Right? So remember the word hence, is trying to connect the previous calculation with the current calculation. So yes, it means therefore, but to better understand what the word hence means, it means as a result of what you just did, use your answer, because remember, this is something, this is f of g of x. Notice at this at f of g of x, you realize? And you're saying now, that thing must be equal to 0. So they're trying to get you to take the answer from up top and set that equal to 0. If you notice, there's only 1 mark it worked. You realize? It only worked 1 mark. Or really 4 marks the question worked, But because you do half of the work already, they only needed to just separate this now. So one equation is going to be 3 must be equal to 0, which is total rubbish. That is total rubbish. Although them say that is one of the solution. But that's rubbish because 3 can't equal 0. That means, say, the next solution has to be that x plus 1 is equal to 0. And the third solution possibly might be 3x plus 1 equals 0. So what you do is just to take each term and set it equal to 0. So this equation is going to be x is equal to -1. That is one solution. And the next solution is going to simply be 3x equals -1. So x is equal to -1/3 divided by 3. And that's your next solution. Okay? And that is your 9 marks question. All right? Lovely. So remember now, ladies and gentlemen, hence means use the solution that you just attained in the previous question and use that information to solve the question that you're currently doing. All right? Please remember that, guys. We'll talk about this in, if not all the marathons, and our face-to-face classes. Right? Hence is a transitional word that connects mathematically previous calculation to the current, or from an English language point of view, hence connects one idea from a paragraph to a next idea in the following paragraph. All right. Hence is it's a part of a long list of what I'm calling in English language transitional words and phrases. Okay. All right. Lovely. But I'm not saying we don't know English. Sure. Moving on. All right. So we're going to get to some statistics now. All right. And again, this is not a topic that I have taught to the online students, but you guys see me doing this online and you can see that it's not as challenging as what a lot of you would assume. Okay, here we go. 30 students took a mathematics test. The marks they scored are shown in the table below. And I'm sure everybody in here can read that table and interpret what the table is saying. So on the table here, we have the data that is on the left. In the middle column, the second column, we have the tally, which based on that, I don't know how tally work already. So no problem there. And all of that is filled out, so that won't help us. The frequency is how often that particular mark was scored. Because remember, you know, the table is saying that 3 people scored 1. 30 students took a mathematics test. The marks they scored are shown in the table below. So what this means is that 3 persons scored 1, 4 persons scored 2, 8 persons scored 3, and you get the idea, right? So over here so represents the frequency of how often that particular scored was recorded. And then the cumulative frequency, we spoke about this last week. The first number at the top is always the same number at the top here. And then we add diagonally to get to our answer. So we add here. Notice that we add 3 to 4 to get what? 7. And then now we're going to add 7 to 8 to get what? 15. And then we're going to add 15 to 3 to get what? 18. And we're going to add 18 to 1 to get what? 19. We're going to add 19 to 6 to get what? 25. And then 25 plus 5 is going to give us 30. So make sure you guys are familiar with how to calculate the cumulative frequency from a table. Okay? All right. So it did say, me start with the question before them. Oh, Lord. Fill out the table before they even read the question. It says, copy and complete the frequency column. Complete the cumulative frequency column in the table above. We just did that a while ago by adding diagonally 1 mark for that. Okay? All right, guys, chances are statistics will have to be a topic that I will maybe have to do in one of those free sessions that I have the week. So I'm gonna put together some stats question. I don't think, because this week is the last week of contracted teaching, technically we kind of run out of time. And I have to use this week to cover vectors and matrices in its entirety. So, you know, I'm going to have to depend on these free classes that I have next week, along with the marathons to get you up to speed. So when you see statistics coming up, please pay very close attention to how these questions are evaluated. Okay? That message is from my online students. All right, moving on. Range, write down some notes. Take notes, guys. Persons who are online, take notes. What is range? Write this down for me, please. Range is the difference between the highest and the lowest observation. The range is the difference between the highest observation and the lowest observation. So the question is, what was the highest mark scored on this maths test? What was the highest mark scored? Come on, guys, don't take so long. What was the highest mark scored?
10. Sarah was writing.
Oh, sorry, Lord Jesus, sorry, I forgot I was giving you notes. Sorry, range is the difference between the highest and the lowest observation. Now, carefully now, because some person will think that this is mode. Mode is the observation that occurs the most. But what I said about range is that range is the difference between the observation that was the highest and the observation that was the lowest. So obviously, the range is going to be 10 minus 1, which is going to be 9. All right. So the highest observation was 10 because we realized that 5 persons had a maximum score of 10. And we realized that 3 persons had a maximum score of 1. So the range is 9. Right? Easy look at 1 mark there. Modal, no. No. The question is, what is the modal mark? The question is, which one of these scores that is in the first column occurred the most? We want to know which score had more people scoring that, having that score than anything else. Which score on the table we had a lot more persons scoring that score than any other score? Shireen Manning, correct. 3, Antonia 3, Geneva 3. And I hope the persons that are not talking to me understand that it is 3 as well. So yes, correct. The answer is 3. All right, lovely. And the median mark now. So the median mark now, what symbol do we use to represent median? Oh, sorry, notes. Sorry for the persons who mode, Miss Gentles and everybody else. Mode is defined as the observation. Mode is defined as the observation that occurs the most. Mode is defined as the observation that occurs the most, or the observation that has the highest frequency. So that's a formal definition of mode. All right, median. The symbol for median is Q2. All right, and median is sometimes called 50th percentile. So median is basically what we refer to as the middle observation. The middle observation. And so we basically have to arrange the numbers in order. Now, I am not going to sit down with you and write down 3, 1, 4, 2. Me not doing that with you. So if you want to do that in the exam, just to be certain to get 1 mark, you can do that. I'm not doing that with you. The observation that is in the middle will be n plus 1 divided by 2. So if I want to know where or what is the location of the median, but just use the formula there, n plus 1 over 2. N represents the amount of observation that is there. So how many observation is there? How many observation? Can anybody tell me how many observation is there? Come now. Why everybody there? Why are they not talking to me? I don't understand this here. How many observation? How many persons were in the survey? Why are you guys taking so long? How many persons is in the survey?
30.
So why not take so long to tell me the answer? It has, remember say for 30 people, there has to be 30 observation. So there is 30 people and they all got 1 score. So there has to be 30 times 1, which is 30 observation. So 30 plus 1 over 2. So the median is located at the 15th and a half position. So the median is located in between. The median is located in between the 15th position and the 16th position. So the 15th observation and the 16th observation, the median is located between that. So how do we find the 15th observation? To find the observation value, we have to add the frequency going down until we reach 15. So watch me now. Remember I saying, no, when you're writing down the median, the numbers have to be written in ascending order from smallest to largest. So that means I'm going to write down 3 1s, right? So then I'm going to write down what? 7 2s. So from here to here, I would have already written down 10 numbers. And then by the time I reach right here, so, right, I would be writing down, what would I be writing down here? I'd be writing down 8 3s, not true? Now remember now, the position of my median is located at the 15th position. So right here, so I would have been, right here, so I would have been at the 10th position. 5 more number I would have had. All right, so look, what I'm trying to say is, I'm going to have 3 1s like so, laying out. Then I'm going to have what? 4 2s. 4 2s? 3 1s and 4 2s. 2, 2, 2. So I'll give you an idea what I'm talking about. So far, we have 1 1 1, 2 2 2 2. Then we're going to end up with what now? 8 3s. So one of those 3s is going to be my 15th value. Not true? Because, watch me now. Right here, so I'm at the 15th value. When we write down the last number 3, after writing down 8 3s, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. It's the last 3 when we write down. That 3 is going to be the 15th value. So right now I can safely say that, okay, then 3 is my 15th position. The next set of number I'm going to write down is what now? 3 more 5s. Because there was no 4 score. So 3 more 5s. So watch me now. The 16th number would be a 5. Because there was no 4s scored. So the 16th number would be a 5. Because I run out of 3s to write down. So the 16th number would be a 5. So my median has to be right between 15th and 16th. Which number comes in 3 and 5?
4.
Correct. So my median here is going to be 4. All right. You don't have to do all of what I just did to get the answer. It's 2 marks. You just have to just show them that 1 mark to do this, n plus 1 over 2, and then 1 mark to tell them that the median is located at the 15.5 position. And then whatever you do to get the 4, that's how you're going to get the second mark. Okay, so the median is the observation that is in the middle of the distribution when the observations are arranged in ascending order. Okay, so that is how we get to that answer. Right. Again, it's just 2 marks. If you go up an exam and you still get that 2 marks cannot make you fail. Let's move right along. I have no time to waste. And then here's some. Yes, question.
Shaniva is waiting to join.
Who? Oh, Shanika?
Yes, sir.
Shanika get kicked out every second. I understand. What is the issue? All right. Lovely. So what is the mean mark now? All right. Remember, I have to give notes for this topic, So the symbol for mean is going to be X bar. All right. So write this down for me, guys, who are seeing this for the first time. Mean is X bar. That's the symbol for mean. And it is this E-looking symbol. All right, I'm going to tell you what it means. Don't worry. Don't start getting scared now. All right, you see that E-looking symbol you're looking at there? And nothing crazy. It's just a statistical symbol that we use when we're trying to tell you to add something. So when we're telling you to add something, we're telling you to add up a particular column. So if you notice that they're asking us to add up a column known as the FX column. Now we use this FX column, we don't have it, so we're going to have to create that column. All right, so let me just put in some numbers that we're missing. 7 and 8 is what? 15 or so? And then this is 5. All right, so we have to create what is called an FX column. That column will have to be created. All right, because we have to add up that column. So the question is then, Mr. Pierce, how do you create this column? All right, give me a second. I'm going to create it for you shortly. All right, so this column is going to be called my FX column. And so what is F? Well, F is obviously this column here. F is that column right there. F is that column there. Because that column is your frequency column. And we have to create what is called an X column. What is the X column? The X column is known as your midpoint column. So we have to create a midpoint column. So we're going to call this your midpoint. So let us find the midpoint now. Oh, we don't need it. Sorry, this is not sorry. We don't need this one. We don't need the midpoint. So to do okay, Mr. Wagwan now. So in this case, you see all right, so sorry. I am in my head, I'm thinking that this is a group table. We don't need this. We already have the X column already. The X is representing the data that this is the X column right here. Right, because these are the X values right here, the scores that were made. So my apologies. If it was a group table, I would have to find the midpoint. So to do that now, ladies and gentlemen, we're just going to go ahead now and we're going to say the numbers in this column over here will each multiply the numbers over here. So what is 3 times 1? So 3 is 3 and the 1 means 3 persons scored 1 point. So those 3 persons scored 3 points together. 4 persons scored 2 points. So together those 4 persons scored 8 points. 8 persons scored 3 points. So therefore together them scored 24 points. 3 persons scored 5 points. So together they scored 15 points on the maths test. 1 person scored 7 points. So he or she alone scored 7 points. 6 persons scored 8 points. So together they scored 48 points. And then 5 persons scored the maximum. So together those 5 persons scored 50 points. All right. So therefore now, for us to find EFX, we basically have to simply just add up the numbers in the FX column right here. All right, so please go ahead for me and add up those numbers. I'm zooming them up for you. Go ahead and tell me what those answers are, please. What is 3 plus 8 plus 24 plus 15 plus 7 plus 48 plus 50? I'm getting 155. Somebody can confirm that, please. 155. Confirmation. Confirmation from the persons through the mic.
155, sir.
Lovely, lovely, lovely. All right. And then we already know there are 30 people in the survey. So 155 divided by 30 will give us our mean mark. All right. So what is your mean mark here? Should be about
5.16.
5.16, correct. All right. So 5.16. So that is your median. That is your mean. All right. But like I said, I'm gonna have a specific marathon class. Well, not marathon, a 3-hour class that focuses on several types of statistics questions. So you'll not be left. I think, as a matter of fact, I think it's next week, Monday, that I'm going to do this. So next week, Monday, not Monday coming, not tomorrow, Monday, but the other Monday is when I'm going to kickstart those 3 sessions with our statistics class. All right. We're going to work some statistics question for 3 hours straight. And then we should get everybody into a, comfortable position. All right, that is it. Moving right along down here. All right, everybody Gucci? Any questions, concerns? Nothing? Nada? Somebody teach good? My God. All right, moving on. Right, so the following two-way table shows the gender distribution of students' performance on the maths test. Let us see if we can interpret what this table is saying. So, all right, anybody wants to volunteer to explain to me what you think the table is saying? What do you think the table is saying? Explain to me in your opinion. Read, look at the table and tell me what you think the table is saying. Who wants to volunteer? Average? No. Anybody wants to volunteer? What do you think the table is saying? Oh, guys, oh God.
The table is giving a feedback on student who pass or student who fail and the total amount who pass, male and female.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Right, Anthony. It splits the pass and fail grades by gender and totals them, right? So it is saying that 4 males pass, 8 females pass, total persons pass is 12. 5 male failed, 13 female failed, 18 persons failed in total. So for the males, there was 9 males that participated in the test and 21 females that participated in the test. And it was a total of 30 students. So when you get a table, people, if you're unable to interpret what the table is saying, how you going to answer the question when they might ask you? Now, a student is chosen at random. Randomly, a student is chosen. And you're to find the probability that the student is a female who failed the test. So you pick somebody at random out of the 30. What's the probability of you picking somebody and the person who you pick is a female and the female failed? Firstly, probability. So firstly, probability is equal to favorable the probability is favorable divided by possible. So the question is, we want to find out how many females failed the exam. Look at the table. How many females? Because remember, the objective is female and failed. So how many females failed the exam? 13, correct. 21? Come on, 21 is the amount of females that did the test. Oh, you said 5 out of 21. Oh. So 13 females failed the exam out of a possible student. How much? What's the possible student? 30. That's it. 13 out of 30. Yeah. 13 out of 30. If you want to put it to a decimal, it's up to you, but I'm good with that. It's 1 mark. I'll lose no heartache over 1 month. All right, so that's it. Lovely. Antonia and Geneva now competition this week. Sharina, Antonia after one. All right, a male student is chosen at random. What's the probability that he passed the test? No. How many males passed the test? So looking now, we're looking for what? Male, and we're looking for pass. How many males passed the test?
4.
Correct. 4. So again, probability is equal to F over P. 4 males passed the test out of a
Over
total
9.
30. Over 9? No, but them say the probability that
Over
they
30, sir.
over 30, yeah, man.
30, sir.
Yeah, because you would be, if you say 4/9, Simonia, you'd be comparing the amount of males who pass the test compared to all the males who want probability
Yes, sir.
has to be made with the total. So reduce that because 4 can go into 30. So 2 into that 2 times and 2 into that 15, the probability is 2 out of 15. If you want to put it to a decimal, it's up to you. Okay? And that's it. All right, lovely. So you see why I tell you statistics is a highly recommended topic. Yeah, man, and you'll see it. As I said, there are some tough ones, some tricky ones, but as long as you understand the trick behind it, you should be okay. I wouldn't mind them send my histogram this year. I say I would have laughed, you see. I would have just watch my students them rub CXC out like dirt. Yeah, man, I wouldn't mind them send one. But if you just try something funny with them this year, I see you wanna rub them out like dirt. Let's go. Number 6. All right, lovely. Now we're looking at this diagram here. All right. So P, hold on, let me do it at the same time. P, M, Q, R, O, and S is the cross section of a play area in a park. What a play area? Like on big ice cream. Anyways, a play area in a park. PQRS is a rectangle. Hold on. Let me identify that. PQRS is a rectangle. Okay, me see it. All right. Well, some say now. PMQ is a semicircle. Semicircle. Let me just identify that. Semicircle. And semicircle is a half a circle. So, if me do when I'm reading the question, me identify the parts. So from now, me know what connect with what. All right. O is the midpoint of RS. So what that mean is that if O is the midpoint of RS, when something is the midpoint, that means this side I got equal to that side. All right. So you see what I do as me read people. As I'm reading, I'm crossing out stuff that I already understand.
Sir, if someone wants you to let them in, they're gonna join with a different device. Thank you, Samantha.
All right, thank you. So you see, as soon as I'm reading for people, PQRS, me cross out what me understand. And as soon as me read something, I interpret what I mean, I cross out it. All right, OP equals OQ equals 15. So look at this now. Grab one next up now. OP equals OQ. So look at this. You see the line here? You see right also? You see the line here? Look at it. You see it put on this up? And then I one next one over this up. That's an indicator to see that those two sides are equal. So right away, even without hesitation, me not waste no time. I'm gonna put 15 meters right here. Because I know it's 15 meters. All right. And remember say, the purple thing on my shade, it's a rectangle, you know. So what's the size of the angle that's in a rectangle? In the corners. What angle is that in the corner of the rectangle?
90.
90. So right as a 90. It's a 90. Up here saw 90. And in here saw 90. Make sure you understand that. If you're not reading and understanding what the diagram is saying, you're going to find it very difficult to answer the questions. Cross off that are 15. And then the angle POQ is 40, which I can evidently see right here. That angle is 40. All right, so I understand everything now that has been said. They specifically told me that in the event that pi plays a role in my calculation, I must use pi as 22/7. Good. Now, first question for 1 mark. It's not a heavy thing, so more than likely, it might be something you just look at add or subtract or multiply and get the answer. So them say must determine the value of the angle OPQ. So determine the value of the angle OPQ, the angle right here. So can anybody guess what that angle is? Easy, easy. Easy, easy. Remember now, one mark, you know. So don't overthink. It might be something. It's isosceles. All right. So go ahead then. So if it's isosceles, what are you then saying now? What are you going to do then to get the answer?
Take away 40 from 180 and divide it by 2.
All right. 40 from 180. 40 from 180 and then divide it by 2. So that's going to be 140. And that's going to be divided by 2. And the answer is what? 70 degrees. Excellent. Good job, ladies and gentlemen, folks. Good job. Good job. 70 degrees. Good job. Good job, Cohen. Good finish up. Good job, girls in the chat. So the angle in here, so, is 70 degrees. Let me make sure we indicate it right also, so we don't get lost. All right. Good. That's it. No reason required. No need to write no anything. Calculate the length of OR. Where's OR? O to R. So we want the length of OR. That's so. That's so. So OR is a part of a very familiar shape. OR is what part of which shape?
Right angle.
Exactly. Right angles. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take it out. I don't want you to look on the main diagram. I'm going to take out that something there. So I know that when I extrapolate that rectangle, that right angle here, this is 14.1. And I know that this side is what? 15. And there you must look for OR. So remember, say this is what now? Up here, so Q. This is Q. So me cheeky. We just take out the diagram. Take out the diagram because I don't want to stress me up. I don't want to look up here and make it confuse me. So if I know that OR is a part of a right angle triangle, we just take out the right angle triangle so that I can see what I'm doing. So how would you find OR now? Talk to me. It's a right angle triangle.
Yeah, Pythagoras theorem.
Very good, Mr. Cohen. Pythagoras theorem. I see you, Geneva. I see you, Antonia. Pythagoras theorem. What is the Pythagoras theorem? Can you recall the formula? You see in the exam, you know.
B squared equals A squared plus B squared.
Very good, sir. Very good, very good, very good. Excellent. And what side would represent your C?
The 15, the O to Q.
Yep, MG. But you see in the chat now, there are two girls in the chat now in a Cohen. They don't give nobody no chance, you know. So you see, you have to talk fast, because by the time you think about it, them girls got the answer. Check it out chat and see how they move. Yeah, man. 15 squared, my boss. Take your time, I'm here, Aries. Don't pay them no mind, here. Don't pay them no mind. So 15 squared is equal to 14.1 squared. Come in, go on, may I work? Plus OR squared.
Yeah.
All right. All right, what is 15 squared?
$225.
Oh, God. 225. All right, and what is 14.1 squared?
196. Oh,
yeah.
no, hold on.
Yeah, man.
No.
Oh, not fully. Not Geneva, you get it wrong. You get it wrong, Geneva. You get it wrong, man. Box cover, man. Joe.
198.81.
198.81 plus OR squared. All right, and then we're just going to carry this over here. So we're going to get 225 minus 198.81. That will give us OR squared. All right, subtract those two now. . 26.
And then goes on square root.
All right, yeah. Do it fast, my boss. Because then gone FMG. Do it fast, do it fast. Then beat it already, sorry. Then beat it already. Then gone already, then gone. Then get the answer already. OR equal the square root of 26.1419. OR is equal to 5.1. Now yourself, you're going, the race is not for the swift, but for those who can endure. All right, everybody go, Chi? Good job, girls. Good job, good job, good job. I love the competition in the chat. Some people are get beaten bad still over there. Oh, God. Shireen, you all right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. Like the competition in the chat, man. Love the competition in the chat. All right, so that is 5.1. When you get the information, please put it onto your diagram. Thank you very much. So, this is 5.1. And remember, so we didn't establish the sides and equal. So this is also 5.1 as well. Our centimeter or meter? Meters. Meters. All right. Zahenia, where are you? You're sitting back and enjoying?
Sir, I'm here.
You all right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, next question says, calculate the area of the shaded portion. So we need the area of the part that is shaded. Now, what two shapes make up the shaded portion? What two shapes make up the shaded portion?
A semicircle.
And?
The isosceles triangle.
Correct. Very good. So the triangle and the half a circle. All right. So therefore, we can basically write a statement here and say area of shaded portion. Can just write a little sentence here. Area of shaded portion is equal to area of semicircle. Area of semicircle plus area of triangle. So we just write a little statement there, right? All right, so we know that a semicircle is half of a circle. What is the area of a circle?
Pi r square.
Good. And remember, if you forget the formula, always check your formula sheet to see if you have any support. I can't scroll back all the way so far, but it's there. The area of a circle is at the top. It's a semicircle, so what we are going to do with the pi r squared?
The diameter split in 2. So
No, hold on. Watch out now. Pi r squared, is the area of the circle. But we're looking for the area of a semicircle. What are you going to do with the pi r squared? No, Geneva.
you're going to divide it, sir, by 2.
Correct. You're going to divide it. Yes, Shireen. You're going to divide the entire area by 2. Right? We're not focused on the radius, Geneva. We're focusing on the entire area of the circle. So the area of the circle is pi r squared. To get the area of the semicircle, you divide the area of the circle by 2. All right? All right, good. And then we're going to minus now. What is the area of this triangle now? This is what we want here. Who can tell me the area of a triangle of this particular triangle? What formula you're going to use? And this formula is on the formula sheet. So which of those 3 formulas on the formula sheet do you want to bring up back the screen for you? As a matter of fact, I think this is the perfect time for me to go upstairs. Hold on. Don't shout it out yet. Tell me, when you look at the formula sheet, tell me which one of these formulas you're looking at and which one would you use. Always consult your formula sheet to see if there's any assistant there. Look at them. See them here, so. Which one would you use and why? I'm looking in the chat. Which one?
A plus B plus C divided by 2.
A plus B plus C divided by 2. All right. Anybody disagree or agree? Everybody agree? Who disagree? Who agrees? He says A plus B plus C divided by 2. So we have 3 formulas. We have the area of the right angle triangle, and we have the 1 here, and we have the whole Heron's formula. So which one would you use? 1, 2, or 3? Which one? Cowan said he's going to use the A plus. Remember, say Cowan, these 2 go together. Remember that.
Heron's formula.
Heron's formula. All right. Let us see. Heron's formula. Let us find out. So to use Heron's formula, we must be given what? All three sides. So the question is, do we have all three sides? We're going to find out. So do you have all three sides of that triangle?
No, sir.
You do, of course you do.
Wait.
Must you have the 5.1 on yourself. So 10.2 for
Oh,
yourself.
yeah.
But are they too hard? Why don't love work so hard? Why black people love hard work so? No, one other one did I'm not using a Heron's formula. I'm not using it. One easier one did it. I don't know why I don't like work so hard. What about using the one that says A, B, and the sign of the angle between? What about that one? When I can use that one there, I can't scroll back up. They're too far. But do you think we could use that one?
That one with the sign.
Yeah, man, that one with the sign with the two sides. You can use it, right?
Yeah, you could do that. Yes.
Yeah, man, that shorter, man. Now work so hard, brother. This is the life hard already, and I still make it harder. Even Miss Gentles, go have your work harder daytime and if that still want to stress me out. So AB sine theta divided by 2. That stress me out, man. Cha. Alright, what did they say must use pi as? What was the initial instruction to use pi as? Correct.
22/7.
So we're gonna say 22/7, not true? Multiplied by what's the radius? Go back for your diagram. What is the radius? Look good now, you know. But I talk no foolishness now, you know. What is the radius? If you ever tell me no foolishness, oh,
5 points.
5.1, yeah, 5.1. Because remember saying, yes, sir, look good, you know. Yes, sir, a half of this, you know. So you see right here, sir? Well, let me grab it. You see right here, sir? A half of this up here, sir. You see it? So that's the relationship there. So the radius is half of the diameter. So that's maybe, and now when I need the services, Geneva. So the radius now is what now? 5.1. And you go square it now. Now so. And then you go divide it by 2. Minus now. Let's put everything together. If you guys want to work it out separately, wonderful, no problem. All right, now, what is A and B in this case now? Look at the diagram. What will be your A and your B? Look at the yellow diagram.
Meter them.
The 15 meter them, that's correct. So 15 times 15 times the sine of the 40 degree, all divided by 2. Remember now, people, they do not put information on the diagrams if we're not going to use it at some point. You realize that everything on the diagram, we use it. We use the 40, we use the 15, we use the 14.1. We use everything. We use the 5.1. We use everything that is on the diagram. We use the 22/7. All right, so now we can go ahead now and work out all of this one time for me, please. Here and here. One time. We're not wasting no time. You can go ahead and say 2 into itself, 1 time 1 into 22/11. You can do that if you want to. But that's waste of time. Just go ahead and just multiply. Just say 22 divided by 7 times 5.1 times 5.1 divided by 2. Yeah, man. Handle it one time. Handle it one time. Answers, waiting for answers.
40.87.
Somebody has confirmed that, please. Oh, yes, correct. It's confirmed. 40.87. All right, go over to the other side now. What is 50? Well, I know. Jesus, please. Wait. Remember, you can't do that one time now, you know. You have to do the top part first, then press equal, and then divide by 2. Don't type it in there one time, you know, or you're going to get the answer wrong. Okay. No, sir. Geneva, you can't get negative era, mama. Oh, sorry, we get what you say. Right. We get what you say. No, man, hold on. That can't right. No. That can't right. Try again. Yeah, sure. Oh, Geneva, see what happened. Guys, and see what we do with the foolishness. We subtracted the odd with the odd. God have mercy. Remember saying at the area of the semicircle, plus the triangle, we subtract a mistake we make. My God. Add with your add. Come and say how Geneva get negative. You can't write. Hey. So 70. Hold on, what do you get for 15 times 15? Sorry, you get 72.3. Okay, all right. All right, so add now. Add now. Add now. Correct. 113.81. Remember now it's meter, So it's going to be meter squared. Meter squared.
So it's 1/8.
It's 1/8.
It's not 8
Oh,
1,
yes,
it's
1/8.
1/8.
Yeah. Right, 1/8. Thank you very much. All right, so 113.18 squared meters. All right, good job, Shireen. Lovely. Remember, people, you're not going to get a question exactly like this on the exam. But the knowledge we get from how to approach the questions, when you see diagrams like these, you break them up into pieces and you do your little thing. So I'm saying, yep. That's what's going on. All right, there's another way to work it out. Make sure you can work out. By the way, what's another name for this thing? Hold on, let me use a different color. What's the name of this thing right here? Let me see if anybody really zone in. I hope the girls are going to chat already. By the way, what is the name of this shape? This entire shape?
Prism.
Try again.
Cone?
No, it's not a prism. It's a shape.
It's a cone, sir.
A cone is this. That's a cone. All right, if you get it right,
Look like ice cream.
Like ice cream. If you get it right, I'm going to give you. I'm going to buy somebody lunch next week. I'm giving you 1 minute to get the answer. No, 30 seconds.
First, me see that.
And at first, you see it, believe me. You know. I told you, no, me not buy you no lunch. Listen, hello, anybody did hear me say me buy nobody no lunch? I never hear. Please back me up. Yes, it's a sector. Oh my God. It is a sector, ladies and gentlemen, folks. Never mind, tell us a sector is basically have two. Remember, it's like a big pizza, It's a sector, man. So you could have used the sector formula to get the answer, So you could have actually, instead of going through all that rigmaroles, you could have actually done it a simpler way. That's if you made them way, this still, Because it's just a while ago, I'm like, oh, well, I could use it another way. So you have the sector formula that says theta over 360 times pi r squared. Could have done that. So watch. The angle is 40. 6 over 360. Pi is 22 over 7. And the radius is 5.1. Square it. Work out all of that for me, please. And tell me what you get. Tell me if you get 113.18. We could have done this in one line. But it's just critical thinking. First of all, Antonia, you have a question mark. So that means you were not sure. So you're going to get a half of a box lunch. I'll buy a box lunch. I'll give you the chicken leg and you can take the chicken wing. No problem. No. You're not going to cheat. No. Yeah, with question. Okay. You think the young people can trick me. Me know about editing here. No. I screenshotted what you sent. So you weren't sure. You see that, Miss Gentle? The student that robbed me. Student try to rob me to blow a delete question mark and one can get free lunch. One lunch, you get the chicken wing and I'll eat the chicken leg. Deal is a deal. Alright, anybody not get the answer? Anybody not confirm it yet? Tell me if I'm right or I'm wrong, no? 40 over 360 times 22 over 7 times 5.1 squared. How my sound? Same answer we get or no? Nobody not answering me? Okay, we're gonna play a silent game then, sir. If you not answer me, I'm not moving on. Oh, yeah, we never put this over 2. Why should I put it over 2? Hold on. What was the answer that we got for this? Hold on. This is a one set circle, right? A sector is this thing here, 2 radii and a curve. So this is the angle. That's the radius. Oh, guess what happened now? No? That's not okay. We used the wrong radius. The radius of the sector is the 15. Sorry, 15 if we use. So the wrong radius we use. Maybe this method is not the best method after all. The 5.1 is just the radius of the semicircle. So we're supposed to actually use 15 here. So come here, say how the number looks so funny. So use back 15 here, so guys. Until we get the same answer. Come guys, 15 for move on, not take so long. I just want to confirm it and make sure everybody have a different option, another method. Miss Gentles. Miss J.
Yes, sir.
Did you use
I
the
was
15?
waiting for the other for Geneva to.
No man, they're slow man
respond.
and tired man. If you beat them but then tired, come. Did you use the 15? Ah, so nice then. Nice. Don't whip on them, Miss Gentles. When them beat your body, they're sorry for you. Come. Until you get the answer, shout out it quick. Alright, good. So we could try that method if you like. Okay? That is if you could have seen that it was a sector. Alright, now the next question says find the perimeter of the cross section. So we want the perimeter of the entire thing, the whole green part. The perimeter. So we need the distance right around the green section there. What is that distance? Alright, sorry. What is the top part of the green section called? What is the top part of the green section called? Start with A. What is the top part of the green section called? That is correct, Geneva. It is called the arc. All right. So true, we already know, say the two green section down here, this part and this part is 15 already. We only need this part up here, and that is called an arc. All right. And so to find the length of an arc, this is a really nice question. I like this. It's a nice question. Whoever created it. So length of arc is equal to theta over 360 times 2 pi r. So the angle is 40 divided by 360 multiplied by 2 times 22 over 7. And the radius is, what is the radius? What would we use for the radius? Don't talk no foolishness now, you know. What is the radius? We just do it a while ago.
1.5. 5.1.
We must say the 5.1, you know, is the radius of the semicircle. we're looking at the entire green shape. Correct, Antonia, it's going to be 15. Look at the green shape, people. The green shape is the sector. So the radius of the sector, not the radius of the semicircle, you know, the radius of the sector, the bigger piece. When we were finding when we were using the 5.1 up here, was because we were finding specifically the area of the semicircle. That's how we use it up there. So it's going to be 15 right here. All right, run that maximum, please, and tell me what you get. What is 40 divided by 360 times 2 times 22 over 7 times 15? What do we get?
$10.4.
Round it off,
47.
10.5?
Yeah, 10.5.
Oh, 10.5. 10.5. 10.5 meters. All right, but that's not the perimeter. No. The perimeter is 10.5 plus 15 plus 15. So that's going to be what now? 40.5 meters. That's it. All right. All right, everybody's starting to begin to see how these questions are worked out. Right. We're working them out, but more we should see understand. There's so much green and blue, and this is what we call critical thinking. All right. The 10.2. Where we get now, the 10.2 is the diameter of the semicircle. We are looking at the perimeter of the. When I say 10.2, oh no, 10.2. Antoine, we don't need the 10.2. Look at the green section. Green section is this 15, and this something where we have this 10.2. 10.2. Which 10.2 you're talking about? The one at the bottom? The 5.1 and the 5.1? Is that what you're referring to? If that's what you're referring to, we don't need it because it's not a part of the green shape. The shape that is highlighted in green. No. It says the perimeter of the. Hold on. It could be right. Hold on. It says the perimeter of the cross section. But hold on there. Did I rush the question too much? PMQROS. Hold on. PMQRO. Oh Jesus, Miss Gentry, that's what we are do. We are finding the perimeter for the wrong thing. We're finding the perimeter for the wrong thing. There's a one. We're actually finding this piece here. Come down here, so round here, so and here, so. So wrong thing we do, Miss Gentles. We found wrong thing meaning that we did what we were not supposed to be. We did what we weren't asked to do. So
But
it's not like
sir, you're still gonna need a part of it. You're not gonna do all the way around it.
well, we know we are gonna need the 10 points, but we do it here, so.
Yeah.
So we know we are gonna need this anyways. This one here, we're gonna need it anyways.
Yeah, you're gonna need that.
So we're not
Plus
completely waste of time.
the others.
But we're now gonna need the 15. Right. That's what Antonia was saying. So I think I misread the question. Thank you very much, Antonia. We do what we're not supposed to do. So 10.5. So we need the 14.1 and again the 14.1 over here. I will need the 10.2. So that's going to be 10.5 plus 10.2 plus 15, plus 14.1 plus 14.1 times 2. 2 of them. All right, do the maths now. 10.5 plus 10.2 plus 14.1 times 2. Antonia says it's 48.9. Can somebody else confirm it, please? $48.9? Yeah, man, 48.9. So sometimes we all get lost in a day. sometimes we are focused so much that we over focus and find out some things that we don't necessarily need. Meters, thank you very much. Meters. All right. Lovely. All right, that is it. So we're going to move to question 7 and 8. And then we're done. Question 7 and 8. Come on, so we do question 9 already. No, so. The question 9 already? Yeah. So 7 and 8 are we done? Let us see if we can wrap this up, ladies and gentlemen, in the next 1 hour. We should be able to wrap this up in the next hour. All right, so that's question 7 and 8. All right, let's go. All right. So I'll go on the audience. 24 persons here. Avian, are you okay? Let me check for my people because he will not talk to me if you hold in. Avian?
Kinda, sir. I'm following.
You're following. You know, like kinda. I want to get rid of, what's the kinda for? When me lose you?
You didn't really lose me. I just recognize that last question was not for me, really. But
the last. Oh, okay. I'll pick up that. Jade, Kalu? Kalu will not talk to me now. Kalu? Kerry?
Sir?
You all right?
Not my question. I don't understand nothing you do a while ago.
Ja.
Yep.
Yeah, truth is the truth. That's it, though, you know? But you have the recording, so if you need to really understand, you know where to find it. Okay.
All right.
All right. Alexander, you go, Chip?
Yes, sir.
Ashley? Chelsea? Ashley? Chelsea? Lashante? Natalia? And all right?
I'm okay, sir.
And all right. Shireen knows you're active. Shantana active too. Soj, you okay?
Yeah, me I follow.
All right, yeah, follow up. All right. Call it. No, me no say call that good. Call it all right. All right, so check in for me people. Them Joshua, you okay? Joshua and Sim, me no see active. All right then. No. If me miss out anybody, just know say because me a fly through the chats them fast. But if you're not all right, just give me a thumbs up in the chat so me know so no good. Because we no want left out. Aria, okay, me just have to call your name, you know. All right. I look like my people them all right still. 1 and 2 persons miss out that one, but seem like Era is not Kerry's favorite. So, you know, if we go work on that. All right, let's go. All right, so a sequence of figures is made up from regular pentagons using sticks of unit length, right? Which, when I say unit length, it means that every length on this shape here, meaning like from here to here, measures 1. That I'm not trying to say unit length. Unit means 1. All right, and what else are they saying? It says the first 3 figures in the sequence are shown below. You can see how them look. So 1, then it turns so, then it go back and become 3. Okay. An incomplete diagram of figure 4 is of the sequence is shown below. Complete figure 4, but adding more sticks. So therefore, we could basically draw one X pentagon this way on it. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So now you could probably do something like this then. So you're going to attach on another pentagon onto this. So that's one side. So one side, 3, 4, 5. That's it. Just draw it neater than mine though. I draw it neater than mine. Something better than that. Something like that. You can drop better than Mr. But you get the idea. You're just gonna basically draw another pentagon onto that side. Right, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's not draw so wonderful, but you guys will be able to figure it out in the exam. Okay, so that is figure 4. All right, let's go to the table. All right, so as it suggests that you're going to study, wouldn't it match the second pentagon or does it matter? Match the second pentagon? I don't know. I think it's supposed to like draw one like, I think it's supposed to be like so, Antonia, something like so. It matters, something like so. Basically, it's like if you notice that it's going in order. So first you have one here, then you kind of tilt so, then go back up so, then you're supposed to draw one and go back down so like that. So I don't know. This one I draw perfect still, but I don't have the luxury of a decent sensible pen, so I'll get it perfect. All right. We're all tired. Let's go. Study the pattern of the numbers. So it's a pattern you're trying to figure out, people. I have no formula. There's no formula that you have that will say, okay, this formula works in every table. You look at the numbers and see the relationship between the numbers then. So figure 1 has 5 sticks and 5 number of dots. Figure 2 has 9 sticks and it has 8 dots. Figure 3 has 13 sticks and 11 dots. So we want to know what the 20th figure would have. All right. Now, do you see a pattern between these numbers coming down?
They go up by 4.
You go up by 4. All right. But guess what now? You have all of the numbers them. You have all of the numbers them missing between 3 and 20. So I don't.
Both sides.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, both sides missing, right? So
no, one go by 4 and one go by 3.
Oh, this one go by 3. Okay, so one pattern here, so good. So for me to find the 20th one, I think it's sensible. If you say 13 plus 4 is the 4th figure, then that answer plus 4, that makes no sense.
No, sir, but if you notice that it is going up by 3, you'll know that you multiply. It's going up by 4, so you would multiply the number by 4 and add 1 to it.
That is it. You realize if it's going up by 4, the relationship between these two, I just wanted you guys to figure it out, because I have the pattern already. So I'm glad you recognize it, right? So if you notice that something avian, I'm multiplying the number on my left by 4. If you notice that every time I multiply by 4, I'm 1 short. So that's going up by, that's 5. 4 times 2 is 8. Add 1, 9. 4 times 3 is what? 12. Add 1. So therefore, that simply means I'm going to say 4 times 20 is what? 80. And that's going to be what? 81. See it free? Right? Good. Me see Geneva, I'm going to reach your level 8. You can't take time go on here. All right, now. So what would we do for the next one now? You realize that the other one on the right now is going up by 3, not true? Yes. So that means if I multiply the one over here by 3, I would need how much to get to 5?
2.
2. So 3, 2, 6 plus 2 is 8. 3, 3 is 9 plus 2 is 11. So therefore, 3 times 20 is what? 60. 60 plus 2 is 62. All right, everybody go, Chi? All right. So therefore, now, we're just going to do the reverse of this, not true? Because if we multiply, watch me now. If we multiply this number here by 4, and then add 1, right? What's the opposite of multiplying by 4 and adding 1? What's the opposite? You're going to take away 1 and then divide it by 4. So go ahead and do that for me now. What is 169? minus 1 and then divide the result by 4. You do the opposite. How you got to 81, you do the opposite to get back to this. I'm getting 42. Everybody get that? Carry, you're following this one?
Yes, sir.
I like that one. Your voice sounds strong.
Sir, can you run over about that, please?
So I'm saying, how did we get? Are you just telling me so we are go by 4 you know? So I'm say, how did we get from 20 to reach 81? We multiplied by 4, no so? And then we add 1, right?
Yes, sir.
So do the opposite if we go back. Subtract 1 and then divide by 4. I'm saying anything you do, if you go forward, you know, you have to do the opposite if you go back.
And for the 42, you multiply by 4 and add 1.
If you get back the 169.
Yeah.
And the same way we get the number over here now. What did we do to get the 62? We multiplied by 3, not true? Yes, Geneva, you could work it out with that equation, but I want them to use critical thinking because remember, Geneva, we need that 4n plus 1 to go down here. Remember, we don't reach this yet, you know. So I have to have them use critical thinking to figure it out. All right, so what you say we do now? What did we do to get to the 62?
You multiply the 4.
Multiply the 4. Which 4?
No.
So you say that go by 3 now?
Yeah, it'll go by 3.
So what did we do with the figure? We multiplied by what? 3. And what did we do to get to the result?
Add 1.
You sure? So 3 times. So what you're saying then? You're then saying say 3 times 1 and 3 plus 1 is 5?
No.
So what did we do to get to the 5 after we multiplied by 3? After you multiply this number here by 3, what did you do to get to 5?
You add 2.
So that's the formula?
Yeah.
So if you multiply by 3 and then add 2, what's the opposite of multiplying by 3 and adding 2?
Yeah.
Opposite.
Take away 2 and multiply by 3.
No, but if you multiply by 3 to get there. So
no, divide. So
right.
you take away 2 and divide it by 3.
So do that then for me now, G. So take away 2, you get 60. And then 60 divided by 3 is what? 20. Yeah, right. So at the reasoning that you have to get in on that, right? And then now, Geneva, and they were giving you the formula. So basically then what it is saying now is that down here, so N represents a random figure. It could be 100 figure.
So you're sure it's 20?
Mr. Period, you sure it's not 128?
128. Well, if we subtract 2 from 62, we get 60. And we divide by 3, we get 128. How that?
Remember, because we're at the 42, so we'd say 3 times 42 because and then plus 2.
Thank you. Oh my gosh. My God, what me I do? Oh Lord. Thank you so much. Let my brain start trip. I'm tired more now, no? All right. So, oh my God. In my brain, I was going backwards. So, we're going to multiply this by 3, now, so?
Yes, sir.
And then add 2. Come on, I get that, right? You see the mistake that we were making?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, you and I were going backwards while everybody's wondering what we are doing for mad. So 128. Thank you, ladies. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, Geneva. Thank you. Sorry if you tell me something wrong. Okay, I'm tired too, you know. Tired too, man. All right, so 128. So in my brain, I was just thinking that, do you realize that I'm using this information to try to get the answer down here? That is insane. That show me I'm tired. Oh my Lord. Hi. What if I really get a question wrong for the exam? All right, no. So what this n means now is that the n represents a random figure that we may draw. It could be the 100 figure, 1,000 figure, 1 million figure. What did we do to get the numbers here? Whatever number is going to go here, what did we do to get the number there?
You multiply 4 by the number.
Which is n.
Add 1 to it, plus 1.
Add 1.
Right. And what did we do to get the numbers over here?
Multiply by 3 plus 2. The number by
3n plus 2.
That is correct. Correct. Lovely, 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 lovely. All right. Write an equation in S. Write an equation in S, D, and N to show the relationship between the number of sticks S and the number of dots D in figure N. So basically then, the more you use the letters up here, but write the relationship in S and D. All right? So basically then, we're going to say N, right, is the number figure, is going to be equal to S, 4n plus 1.
4n or 4s.
Oh, them say in S, right? And D, so in S, right? So N is equal to 4s. 4s. No, some chances that not sound right.
Sir, and a 4n plus 1?
But
you have to write the equation.
No, yeah, 4n plus 1, but them say them want S today night, Shireen. S of the night.
So, S is equal to 4n plus 1.
S is equal to 4n plus 1. Them say write an equation, so one equation. All right, hold on there. I'm going to work out this now. Write an equation in S, comma, D. Oh, Jesus, there was a comma here. Separate equations. So write an equation in S, pause. Write an equation in D and N to show the relationship. I must start. So as I think it was Simonia, right? Simonia advised me just here a while ago?
Yes, sir.
S is equal to 4n plus 1. That's a one equation.
Or N equal S minus D plus 1.
Hold on upon that. I'll come to you. D is equal to 3n plus 1. Three n plus 2, sorry. Yeah, what were you saying, Shireen? S is equal to?
N is equal to S minus D plus 1.
N is equal to S minus D plus 1. So you're saying that the formula for S minus the formula for D plus 1 would give you N? Me not think so. Me not think so. I'm tired, but I not think so. Now, when for separate equations. Alright, hold on. Go back up here. It says study the pattern in the number of each row relates to blah 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 figure 2. Some rows have been included. Let's go back up here and see what happens. An incomplete diagram shows for the sequence below. Complete the figure 4. It says a sequence of figures is made up of regular pentagons using sticks of unit length.
Oh, sir, kind of figure it out. So that'd be N plus D minus 1 equal S.
N plus D. So you're saying that N represents the figure.
Mm-hmm.
And then you add back. You're close enough, but I think you're fully right. Or maybe we have said N equal to D plus S. How much mark it worth? Hold on. 2 marks? Yeah. Because, look here, guys. Think about it. They're saying that the entire figure, right, is made up of what? Sticks and dots. Not true? Talk to me now.
Yes, sir.
So the entire figure is made up of sticks and dots put together, right? So therefore then, It's that I struggle to see how to articulate it on paper. Like I know what the answer is, but I struggle. Hold on, guys. I think I just lost my stylus. Give me a sec. Hold on, guys. I just lost my stylus pen. Oh gosh. Okay, found it. Okay. All right. So I am wondering if them say write an equation in S, because them say in S, that means S of involve. And D and N to show the relationship. Mm-hmm. All right, so I'm thinking that this is the answer then. Because them say they want a relationship in S. They want a relationship in S and N and D. So I'm thinking that this must be it. So maybe if we say S plus D is going to be equal to 4N plus 1 plus 3N plus 2. I must that. Because when you add the number of sticks plus the number of dots together, it will give you the shape. So this I'm going to work with. I'm going to say to myself that S plus D, which is the sticks and the dots put together, will give you the shape. And each of the formulas for S and D is 4N plus 1 and 3N plus 2. So S plus D is 4N and 3N is 7N, and 1 plus 2 is 3. I'm going to go out on a limb and I'm going to work with that. Because now I have an equation in S, in D, and N. So if I'm wrong, I'm going to go down swinging. I think you should subtract like simultaneous equation. No, God. No, Geneva, it's not that difficult. No, darling. Believe me, when I 2 marks, it's not. No, Geneva, oh God. I don't think it's that difficult there. No. It just has to do with the language, interpreting what they're saying. So, after class, maybe one of you guys can check it out on YouTube and see what that guy named Kerwin Springer or what Terry David says. I think that more than likely. Somebody confirm it for me if you can right now while you're on the class. And just type in type in May, June CSEC maths past paper result and then fast forward up to this question and tell me if that's what they came up with. All right. But I think I'm going to go down on a limb. I'm going to go out on a limb and I'm going to work with this. If me get 1 mark, me take it. If me get the 2, then that means my thought process was right. That me gonna do. Yep. All right. That is it. All right. And now we're at the final question, ladies and gentlemen, folks. Final question. All right. So give me all the energy where you can now. We're almost done, guys. We're almost done. Section 2, question 8, and then we're good to go. All right. So the following diagram shows the graph of the functions y equals x squared plus x minus 2. You guys are familiar with this, what we call the parabolic curve. This is what we call sketching a quadratic graph. All right. And you can see this here. Lovely. Now, it says here, from the graph, that means every answer you're going to give to me, you should give it to me based on the graph. You know, if you use no alternative calculation, if you know any, by the way. So from the graph, you are to state the roots of the function. I'm glad the question will come up, because I have some things I have to teach you. These things don't come up very often. Roots. The roots are what we call the x-intercepts. So jot that down, people. The roots is what we call the x-intercepts. X-intercepts. Now look at your graph.
X1
What are the... Pardon me?
X1 intercept.
x1 and x2 intercepts, yeah.
Okay.
All right, look at the graph and tell me which two numbers is that curve passing through on the x-axis?
-2.
-2 and -1?
No,
Sorry,
positive
-2
1.
and 1?
Yeah.
Yes, so? Yes, so? All right, cool. Correct. So x is equal to, always put the little number first here, smaller number first. X is -2, and put a comma, and then put x equals 1. That's it. Geneva, put the smallest number first here, dear. So put it like that, you can lose half mark. All right, it says the coordinates of the y-intercept. Look at the graph. Which number is the curve going through on the y-axis?
-2.
But we want the coordinates. So what would be the coordinate?
0 and -2.
Correct. So 0, -2. So if you put -2 alone, you get half mark. Go on.
Sure, if part it go to 0.
Remember say in order if it pass the y-axis, in x have to be 0.
Oh, and if you pass the x, y are equal 0.
Correct. So this time, because we are looking at the y-intercept, you said when you say x-intercept, it would be, if they had said x-intercept, then it would be something else. It would be -2, 0.
All right, sir.
All right, minimum value of the function. So from the graph, you know, so nobody use no formula. Because some of you guys know the formula for k. Don't use it, you will not get any points. It specifically says from the graph. So look at the graph now, that little part right there. So watch me now. What number is that? You have to read the graph properly, you know. Read the scale.
2.2.
2.2?
Yeah, 2.2.
2.2, you sure?
-2.4.
-2.4.
2.4 or 2.2? We're not confused.
-2.2, sir.
-2.4, sir.
All right, so if this is a 0.4, this is a 0.8, this is a 0.12, gone part. No, sir. Hold on, 2.4. You know, so me thinking all right though.
Or it's -2.2. If you count it 2, you will find where it is.
You sure? Look
4,
good now,
6,
remember
8,
the
10.
next.
So the space, one space would be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and then you reach to 2 to 4.
But this is a -4, remember? Level 3. 2.2, 2.4, 2.6, 2.8. The next one would be 3, but it's a 4.
Right.
So I think it's who the vice Shireen? Shireen said -2.4. Yes.
Yes, sir.
So it is 0.4, Miss Gentles. Watch now. What a wicked trick. What a wicked trick. You know me that get catch? I joke more than get catch. 2.4, Miss Gentles. So it's 0.4.
Yes, sir.
No, 0.4, 8, 12, 16. Right? So this about carry 20. So 20 is basically 2 spaces to carry 4. Get it? Kerry? Where you stay? No love graph, you know.
Do that over again.
Give me a second here. So I'm saying, look at the space between. Look at the space between -2 and 4. So what's the difference between -2 and 4? How much do you need to get to -4? How much more do I need to add to -2 to get -4?
-2.
So you want 2 spaces. Now, how much lines there between this?
3.
No, man, 5. Wanna see what I want?
I'm going to see a mark the next one.
Oh, okay. So you have -2, you know. If you make each of these 0.1, you'd never reach a 4. And if you make them 0.2, you're still not going to reach a 4. You're going to reach a 3. But if you make it 0.4, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. So 20, which is basically two spaces. That is correct. That is correct, Antonia. When you can check the chat, she's giving you some advice. And check the chat, she's giving you some advice as to what you can do to get the numbers there. So the answer, the minimum value is 2.4. Can check the chat, guys. Somebody messaged and gave an advice as to how you can find it. So x is equal to negative 2.4. All right, good. The equation for the axis of symmetry. So the axis of symmetry is x equal, don't use no formula now. Don't use no formula. I know the answer is minus b over 2a, but don't use any formula. You're not going to get any marks. The axis of symmetry goes right between these two spots right here. But them say use the graph still, but me not sure. Minus b over 2a. To hell with them here, man. So this is 1. This is a. This is b, and that is c. So b is 1 and c is minus 2 and a is 1. So negative b over 2a. So negative b, which is negative 1 over 2 times a, which is 1. So that's negative 1 over 2. So it's x equals minus a half. You could have seen still now, could you? You go right between us, right between us. So even if you guess me, let us guess here, x equals minus a half. Right between there, so. All right, good. All right, it says on the same pair of axes on page 24, draw and label the line y equals 2x plus 4. Y equals 2x plus 4. Now, when you're drawing a line, anybody remembers what we do when we're drawing a line on a graph? We did it in linear programming. When we want to find out where across the y, what we do with the x? Start with I. When we want to find out where the line crosses the y-axis, we do something to the x. We I the x. What does the I mean? X is 0. That is correct. When you don't like somebody, what you do?
Interchange.
When you don't like somebody, what you do with them? Correct. You ignore them. Very good. So yes, you're correct. Whoever said x is equal to 0, who is that? Let me see. Yes, Antonia, you're correct. So the correct way to say y is equal to 2 times 0 plus 4. Y is equal to 0 plus 4. Y is equal to 4. So we know that this line is crossing the y-axis at 4. So to cross the y-axis right as well. All right. And then now when we want to find out where it crosses the x-axis now, y equals 2x plus 4. We're going to make the y be 0. So 0 is equal to 2x plus 4. Negative 4 is equal to 2x. Divide both sides by 2. We're going to find that negative 2 is equal to x. So it's crossing the x-axis at negative 2. So right here. So the line that we're looking for now is this line here. Miss it completely. Guys, I don't know why I miss it so much. I miss it completely. Keeps jumping off. Well, in a fully accurate though, but if you're on the graph, all you have to do is just let it pass through here and here. Alright, so once you draw that line now, what are they asking us for? Them say use the graph to determine the solutions to the simultaneous equation. The solutions to that. So the solutions are just going to be, so after you draw the blue line, make it touch the curve, you're going to bring it down like that. So it's probably going to go through this and this, probably, more than likely. So this number, when it cross through this up, come down like that, and we're getting 3 for our answer, and we're getting -2 for our answer right here. So the blue line is basically crossing the curve at 3, right? Because it crossed the curve up here, but this number right here is 3, and it crossed the curve down here, which that number is -2. So it's crossing it at -2 and crossing it at 3. So therefore, x is equal to -2 and y is equal to 3. That's where it intercepts the curve. All right. So remember, so not got questions for the exam wouldn't like, but I just say it go, you know? Other things that they wouldn't like. All right, last one. And wrap it up, guys. We're almost done. Last question. All right, so the following diagram, this is the topic that I told. So this is a physics question, and it replaces it. As you can see, sometimes it ties itself with the graph. And this was last year. So I don't want to say it and then it go happen and then you go say, sir, you see, you never made me practice. This is not a very common topic in math. It's called the velocity time graph. You will see it now and again, right? I don't really teach it. I never usually do. I've never really taught it. I just normally book up on some questions and put them together and kind of guide students to how to do this. But it's mostly physics that students do this in. But anyways, let me show you what's going on. So the following diagram shows the velocity time graph of a car from tone R to tone Q. So we tone R, you know. So it's a velocity time graph. Basically, velocity is speed. So it's basically showing how fast the car is traveling at what time, right? So in other words, what this is saying is that after 60 seconds, the car is at a speed of 30. No, sorry. After 60 seconds, based on the speed, after 60 seconds, the car was at a speed of 15. All right, I saw 15. At a speed of 180, the car was ended up at 30 meters per second. So basically, the numbers down here correlate to the numbers up here. All right, what's the first question? Determine the initial acceleration of the car. So acceleration, write this down for me. Acceleration is equal to final velocity minus initial velocity divided by time. So final acceleration is final velocity minus, hold on there, VF minus VI. Is it divided by 2? Hold on, let me check this here. Let me just double check. Don't do this question very often. I think it's V final minus V initial divided by time taken. I think so. Let me double check. Divided by the time, right? I think that's what it is. It's not divided by 2, it's divided by the time. Yes, you're correct. Divided by the time. All right, so the initial acceleration of the car So the final velocity of the car was at 30 meters per second. When it just stopped, when it just moved off, its top speed was 30. And the initial velocity when it starts, obviously when a car started, they are 0. So that's 0. And the time it took to get from 0 to 30 is approximately, let me see here. So from the time, how much time it took to get from 0 to right here, that's about, which number there between 120? Yeah, 120 seconds. So 120. All right, so go ahead and do that calculation for me. What is the acceleration of the vehicle? So 3 divided by 12, that's going to give us a quarter. Did you get 0.25 meters per second? Confirm? Yes. 0.25 meters per second. All right, meters per second. All right, that's it. So I'm glad to say pop up still. I think I have a functions and relations class as well. So jot that down. Initial acceleration is final velocity minus initial velocity divided by the time taken. In my head, I don't know where I'm getting divided by 2 from. All right, next one says calculate the distance between the 2 towns. So the distance between the 2 towns, you see? The distance between the 2 towns is the area underneath the curve. So you have to find the area of this shape to find the distance traveled. If you want to find the area, if you want to find out how far the car traveled, you have to find the area underneath the curve. Now, can anybody guess what kind of shape is that? Well, we don't know what kind of shape it is.
Trapezium.
Sir, trapezium.
A part of it is trapezium. Let me show you the trapezium part. The part that's trapezium is this. Hold on. The part that's trapezium is this part right here. That part is trapezium. But we have another part right here, so, which is a right angle triangle. So you have to find them 2 pieces now. Find the area of the yellow piece. So it's half base times height, not true?
Yes, sir.
So the base is 60, not true? And the height of what? 30 based on the scale. So half the base times the height. So distance equals area on the curve. So the area under the curve is going to be the triangle plus the trapezium. So the area of the triangle is half base times height. So it's half base times height. So it's half the base, which is going to be 60, times the height, which is 30. So that will take care of this section here. Half of 60 is 30, and 30 times 30 is 900 meters. So that's 900 meters there. Now for the trapezium now, this is the purple one right here. We know the formula for trapezium earlier on. This up here says A, the other down here says B, and the height again is 30. So from this yellow section right here, so now, from right here, so now, oops, sorry. So from right here now, guys, talk to me now. From right here, so, to right here, so, how much you think it be? from those two blue spots, how long is that line? You be careful, watch the graph, you know. Because remember, say right here, so, you know, a 120. All right, here, so, how much now? Each of these lines are going up by 60, now, so. 60, 20, 180, 240, 300. So how much this last one out here should be? If it's going up by 60, that has to be what? 840. Correct? 840. If each of the lines between here is going up by 60, because remember 180, 180, 240, 300, 360, 420. So it's going to be 840, I think. 840. And this is 120. So the distance at the base there is 8. What is 840 minus 120?
620, sir.
All right, 620. So the area of the trapezium is A plus B times H divided by 2. So that is going to be
720.
720?
Yes.
720. And the B section up top. What is that distance up there? From right here so to right here so how much? At a 120 minus the number here. Right here so. 600, no so. It's a 600. So 120 minus 600 is how much?
480.
480. Divided by 2 times the height is 30. All right, so what is 720 plus 480? 720 plus 480?
1,200.
Times it by 15, please. So 1,200 times 15.
18,000.
How much?
18,000.
18,000 meters. So the total distance traveled by the vehicle is these two. 18,000 plus 900. So that's 18,900 meters. All right, tough question. Let me say, it's only tough if you don't know it. Right? It's only tough if you don't know it. Right? And it's not something that I've taught you, and I doubt if I'm not gonna have any time. I just have to see these questions and work them and show you. Right? So let us just cross our fingers and hope that them don't send any of this come. Or at least if them send it, them don't send it with too much marks that will dip in our dash bag too deep. All right? But yeah, man. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. All 10 questions worked out on last year's paper. All right. All right. Lovely. The recording for this class will be made available. It's going to be uploaded, right? But it's not going to be released until maybe sometime down into the week. However, because you're in the class, you will have access to it before the audience outside. So you just have to DM me by later. By later, you can DM me requesting the link for this class, and you can rewatch it or rewatch sections of it if necessary. All right? But that completes our marathon for today. I enjoyed this one as well. It's a little bit tougher than last week, but I enjoyed this one today. All right? All right, lovely. All right, guys. So thank you all for coming. Thank you for the support. Thank you for entrusting me with your education. But we are going to call it a quits for today. And so you have yourselves a productive, peaceful, and prosperous rest. See you.
Thank you, sir.
All right, guys. Have a good evening. Blessings, everybody.
Same to you, sir.